Welcome Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm Key. We already entered the doorway. With energies for Taurus for mid-month of May. I felt the energy to do a Taurus reading today. I wanted to wait till June, but something in me, well, the time I woke up was 5:19. And thinking about yesterday for Malcolm X's birthday, or Malcolm X Day, may hold a significance to not just me as a Taurus, but to all the Taurus out there in the world. They called him, or before my time, our shining prince. Whatever you're about to do, Taurus, will have people look at you as a shining prince or princess of people, for the people. Hold on, let me make sure. I did a lot of things with these beautiful cards this weekend, so I want to make sure first they're upright. But yes, when it comes to what matters to you, it's going to move a lot of people around you. Move them in a way that you may not have thought you could move a person or people. Now, this reading can be for entertainment purposes. If this reading resonates with you, press the like button, share, subscribe. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm proud that to even be honored for you to even click on this video. So if you feel, again, let's go back. May 19th, Malcolm X. You may have this energy of whatever is moving you energetically, it matters to you. And you're realizing it doesn't just matter to you, it may matter to the people around you as well. Even the ones that you think are not watching. So, let's see what's going on emotionally, energetically for Taurus. Let's see. For Taurus. Okay. The number 10 is significant, which makes sense. 19, 1 plus 9 is 10. That would explain why even mentioning Malcolm X, and that is his birthday. Besides it being Malcolm X Day, that is his birthday, May 19th. So think about that. We have a Taurus that moved the world in his way. So, in your heart, you're going to be taking action in what makes you feel connected. So you're going to be more responsible. And when you take on that responsibility and whatever you want to cultivate, it's going to be very successful. Why? Because you're becoming a person of power and status. Wow. Maybe you have been thinking about this since yesterday. even on the 10th of May. And you're starting to take action. Why this is spiritually, you're seeing that you have now the personal power. You know the mysteries of life. And from that, you're seeing a major change in how you move. This is your heart space. Wow. Looking at this bird makes me think of the phoenix rising from the ashes. And this, you have the sun and the moon. So you have both alignment of what you are shining bright in, and again, what moves you. So, your presence. Let's get to that. You have phobias. Let's put it right here. Phobias can feel pestering at times because it makes you first look at what places that phobia, what places that fear in the first place. When a person of power, when you're stepping into your power, it can feel like a phobia because you're wondering if everybody around you feels what you feel. Maybe they do. That would explain why people may push away from you or why you push away from other people. And from this, it may cause you to feel imprisoned or feel like a slave to your thoughts or to your environment. Again, as a powerful person, you're able to push through anything that may feel problematic. You can find the solving equation to the problem when maybe others probably would not even be able to. That would explain why being put in a position that we're in. This is what gives us the food and hunger. Your food is knowing that you can push through. A lot of people may not be able to push through if they knew your story. And maybe you have explained your story in some way, shape, or form to another person, to people that you rely on, or people that you feel are in your corner. And you may have experienced that you may have to push on without them. And that could feel like bondage in a way, because it's like going as you push forward. A lot of times you may have to leave people behind to, again, get to that promised land. You're seen as a present. This is your truth, your tradition. When things get rough, you push through. When things feel like a problem, you pull through. And that's a powerful thing. That's a powerful gift. And you're seeing how that can be utilized in how you become successful. So the energies that are taking place mid-May is 8 of Pentacles. So you have your Pentacles. You've been studying. You've been engulfed in what you want to start embodying. And that might have felt very tiring, of course, it's like going back to school. When you're in school and you study, especially for the midterms or for final exams, it can be very tiresome. You end up waking up at hours of the night that you normally would have been going to sleep just to get more studying or to test yourself to make sure that you are on the right track. And do know that however you studied, or the subjects that you're studying, is going to lead to success. Because again, it's the amount of time that you put into it. The time and effort that you put into it will give you that coin. Okay? So if that meant going within to see, why did I start this? Is what I'm starting going to stand the test of time? Is it silly? Will people become standoffish? These may be the answers, or questions I should say, that you're going to get the answers to. But in order to get the answer, you have to go within. You are your shining light. You have the light of enlightenment. This is how even people are seeing you, Taurus. People see that when things are tough, you know how to go within to find answers. A lot of times, as a Taurus, we may ask for suggestions, or we may ask others what they think to see if what we're doing, is it in sync, or is it synchronized to how we are sailing towards our success, or whatever that is serious to us. And a lot of times we did hear those similar answers that people have spoken around us. This could have been a Sagittarius, a Capricorn, or even a Scorpion. And these three signs are very intuitive. They know how to connect the dots, just like we do, Taurus, or just like you do, Taurus. So whatever they have made as a conclusion, you're seeing that you're on the right, you're taking the right steps. So look at that. We got the 10 of air. So 1010, if that's any significance to you, the number 10 is the number of completion. So you're completing something that may have been very agonizing to you. This have been a long journey. Like the book, The Odyssey, I believe that he was imprisoned, because of people. He was about to become a power. His name was Monte Cristo. He was going to be the next captain besides his father when he passed away. He was going to take that powerful role. And it's not because he was just a son of someone powerful, but he earned his place to be the next captain. And a lot of people that were on the ship with him, including his friends, did not want to see him step into his power. So they lied and said that he did something that he did not do, and he had to be in prison for 10 years. When he came out, and yes, he did come out, yeah, he became very powerful, but he became more mature in how he moved in the world. And that's probably what you have experienced emotionally, or energetically, I should say. That you're at the 10th step. You're at the step of completion. Whatever you had to go through, whatever you had to have a conclusion in, whatever you had to not only take those steps in, but embody those steps that you had taken, you're seeing in your atmosphere it was worth everything. Because you could be anything that you want to be. And you have the collective, meaning you may not know them yet, but you have people in your atmosphere that look at you in very high regard. So much so that you have another person that will be there to assist you when times do get rough on your next journey. They may not come to you now. Maybe in the next 10 days you'll see them. Maybe in the 10th of June, because this is the 10 of air. So we're going into the air season of Gemini. Maybe on the 10th day, the 19th, either the 10th or the 19th, you might come to, this person might come to you. So, let's see. What will you be able to embody? Since now that you're at a completion, you already completed a task. Let's see how this is going to influence you. right? So, from you studying or you becoming a seeker of knowledge in your own way, you're seeing that you have a lot of selections. And knowing which one you want to really start may feel stressful. Yet, I'm also getting the sense that these selections are really what you want after all. Maybe from your course of action, you're seeing that you have planted a lot of seeds. And your seeds are tied to your emotions. Each thing that you have started in the last 10 years or 10 months, you're starting to understand that you can use all 7. Yet it depends on which one do you want to start with first. So out of all the 7 selections in the world, which one do you really want to start? You'll have the other 6 to follow suit, or else they wouldn't be here in the first place. But start to ask yourself, out of the selections that you have, what is that one that you do want to start? When you find the solution to that answer, you're going to start making those changes. Again, you already know how it feels to tackle and to take charge in whatever comes your way in an everyday basis. So, whatever you're facing is really what you want. Because as you face what you want, that may have caused you stress or strife when it comes to even seeing it through. It's going to lead you to the 2 of Cups. It's going to lead you to not only another person that wants to give you their cup of love, but you're seeing that you have your own cup of love. You love yourself. Maybe that was one of the things that you had to see or notice. That the changes you have been making or the things that you have been facing has allowed you to come face to face to yourself. You love yourself. You know what you want. You know what is worthy of your time. And for that, you see that those changes led to how you become a leader. And another, either water sign that has a fire element, meaning water signs are Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. They also have that same energy of a leader too. They're going to come to you. Maybe they're already around you. Maybe you have been communicating with them in some way, shape, or form. But it probably wasn't the right time to come forth. Why? Because, wow, you're becoming a star. That would explain why your heart knew and knows that you're becoming a person of power and status, and that you have made those major changes. And as you have made those major changes, you are now stepping into a star role. And whatever you have been creating, you're going to become a star. If you are going to be auditioning or starting a new project, anything that requires you to bring out your shining light, you're going to be recognized as the star. Why? Because you have been active in how you take leads. And those, again, those stripes that you had to take is not going to go in vain. They're going to be your success story. And this is how a person is seeing you. They're seeing you as a star. A star is just like a sun. You're going to be shining bright. And I feel that you're going to be noticing that. How do you know that you're going to be a star? Ah, wow. Again, 7. You're going to be having a legacy. Or if not a legacy, whatever you've been doing is going to also help others bring out their light that's around you. So if you were wondering, is everything that you had to experience in your life was leading you to this moment, you're starting to see it has. And when you become that next status in life, you're going to start to understand why your life experience was grooming you to the person you are going to become in the now. So, a significant life event, a powerful revelation will take place that leads to change, or that you already have been changing. It's time to spread your wings. Because everything that you touch will grow. So, again, with the phobias, if you felt that you're expecting the worst, or self-fulfilling prophecies like, oh, what I'm about to start, is it going to be an answer to my prayers, or is it going to be another agony? It's not. Because you know the interesting part is, everyone else would have bowed out, but you're still up, wise, knowing that what you are about to do is worthy. So whenever you feel, would this be, is this nonsense? You're seeing it's not, because everybody else, again, if you would have heard other people's stories, maybe they can't finish what they start, and maybe you have. And that might cause people around you, again, to push away from you, to stop hanging out with you, to stop wanting to be around you. But you know what? Maybe those are not the people that you should be around going into this new phase. If you really look back on how the ones that want to stop hanging with you, what have they truly given you? Yes, you have learned and you have loved them and they loved you. But we grow. Not everybody that we have grew up with or been around is supposed to be with us. And that's something that you are maturing in. You're making room for new people, new friends, new experiences. Wow, because you're the sun. Maybe you have been shining light on some things that people didn't want to say to you or even speak of. Maybe you've seen things that others didn't want you to see. And from that, you start to step, again, that's a way of you noticing energetically that you're stepping into your power. Because the sun always not only just shines a light on the things that are in the dark, but the sun also grows things that truly needs nourishment. Again, 19. So yesterday, you may have seen this. You have probably taken notice of this. And this is causing you to know that standing in your light will be more successful than staying in the shade. You will get the victory from this. Emotionally, energetically, you will see what you've been working on was worth it. You're going to get back what you have given to the world, what you have given to people. It may not be the ones that have been around you, but again, it's people in your world that's been watching you, and they really do want to give back. So keep getting at it when it comes to your skill. whatever you're starting, keep at it. Don't give up. Like it was said in the Seven of Water. Some people would have stopped. Some people would have became stagnant. It is not to say that as Taurus, I can say we could be stagnant at times. But you know what? That stagnation gave us the sense to see things around us, to see how we can pull through. And that is your success. That Two of Cups will become 3. So if you had to go back in your past, like look back in your past again, whether when you were 6 years old, maybe this is something that you wanted to do since 6 years old. Maybe this is something that you have seen when you were 15 years old. Maybe this is something you wanted when you are 33 years old. Or even 60. I don't know you. I only feel energy. Know that whatever you want is coming to give you back. So if you had to look back in your past to see how far you have come, it's going to be worth it. Because your childhood, whether it was fun or sad, again, it led you to this moment. It led you to see who you want to celebrate with. It led you to this moment of who do you want to be in your next stages of life. Your 1 cup is now surrounded by 2 other cups. So you will have the love of your life. You will have that best friend around you. You will have people that truly want to be in your corner right there with you, not in the far distance. Maybe you had 6 friends and now you're down to 3. Maybe you became your own best friend first, and from that, 2 new people are going to come into your world that share the same story, similar story as you. This could be a Virgo that has water in their chart. Again, Virgo, any earth or water signs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe these will be the 2 new people. Maybe you already had this type of element where they're very in tune with their emotions, very grounded. Maybe they've been in your world for a minute. Or if you had to leave energies like this behind, you will get a replacement of another earth sign and another water sign in your next stage in life. Or if they come back, they're coming back as a whole different person. Maybe y'all needed time apart for that to happen. So, if you've been experiencing, again, this conflict with people, and what you've been facing, and what you know is fact, again, you don't want any more fighting. But it's interesting how you have 2 sides fighting for you. It's like 2 sides are fighting for what you want, which is always interesting. Why is it what you want causes conflict with other people? Maybe what you're facing is the things that they needed to face, and they didn't know how to face it. So rather than face it, they want to give you the conflict. And you're seeing that from this conflict, you have the strength to open the door to your life, to your destiny, and move ahead, with or without them. You have the shield of success. You have the sword of structure. You have the lion in you to lead the way. And you have the doorway that is lighting your way. Now it's asking you to walk through it. You're stepping into the Aquarian energy. You have been the architect. You haven't even been articulate in how you move forward. Now, if that means going in that direction alone, you're seeing it's okay, because you're not going to be alone for long. You're going to get that opportunity to have another person that has that cup of love for you. You're seeing, even when it comes to yourself, that you have love for yourself. And if this means showing it in your own way by walking alone for a minute, you're seeing it's all right. Why? Because again, those selections that you had, that you do have, you found which one you really want to start. And the others will have to follow your lead. So as they're following your lead, you are no longer entrapped. You no longer have any confusion. If you had any addictions, now they're far behind you. And you're stepping into who you are. You're very empowering. You're so empowering that these other 7 want to follow you. This would explain why you had to have those conflicts. So, know that you have an opportunity in finding the answers and what you want. And you have the chariot to move forward in it and take charge. If you'd like to get a personal reading, look in the description box below and how we can communicate. I can send your readings through video, or we could talk actual on the phone. Again, if you want to talk on the phone, or if you want a personal reading through your email, look in the description box below on how we can contact and make that happen. I love you, Taurus. I will see you on the other side.